According to the World Bank's recent estimates for global poverty, 689 million people in the world live in extreme poverty on less than $1.90 a day. With more than 4 decades of proven results, we believe in the power of private enterprises to transform lives. We operate in 30 countries, working with hardworking women and men in developing the world to build competitive farms, businesses, and industries. Began in 1968 and 1973 in Kenya, has over 50 years of experience. What we focus on: high margin agriculture, coffee, food processing, and entrepreneurship. By linking people to information, capital, and markets, we have helped millions to create lasting prosperity for their families and communities. We help people lift themselves out of poverty by harnessing the power of the private sector.
So TechnoServe is all about providing business solutions to reducing poverty. So we work a lot with market systems, with private sector, to look for sustainable solutions to reducing poverty. So what TechnoServe does, we work within a complete value chain and within a market system basically. And we work with many different actors in the market system. So from smallholder farmers to the traders, to the off-takers, and even the retailers. So in that whole process, what we always do is try to get as much value as possible to the smallholder farmers or the micro retailers or the small processors, for example, to really maximize their benefits. I think the future for TechnoServe is very interesting. Because we have such an integrated approach, looking within the market system basically at what are the opportunities, what are the blockages, and looking for very long-term sustainable solutions. A lot of organizations work with donor funding, and so when a program ends, basically the impact also finishes, right? And I think that's a very strong thing about TechnoServe, working with private sector and providing business solutions means that even though the program ends, the market will take over from TechnoServe. And so the gains that are there for smallholder farmers, micro retailers, or any other beneficiaries or clients that TechnoServe works with, they will continue far into the future. And I think personally that's really the future of the development sector, making sure that the solutions we provide are lasting.
YieldWise is an initiative by the Rockefeller Foundation and started in 2015, aimed at reducing post-harvest losses by 50% and sustainably increasing smallholder farmers' incomes. This was implemented by working on different value chains in 3 countries: Nigeria, Kenya, and Tanzania.
Wanapenda maembe juu maembe ni tamu na maembe ni seasonal.
Hii shamba yangu inamaanisha maisha ya familia yangu kwangu. Kwa ajili nitaiacha, watapaki nayo. Unajua maembe ikianza kuiva, asiongojei kwa mti ndio uuze. Lakini maembe zikikomaa, hata iwe nzuri namna gani, zinaanguka hapo chini. Na ikianguka hapo chini, sasa hiyo si maembe tena, hiyo ni waste.
Halafu shinda ingine ni mbruka katikati ya ule anakununulia na wewe.
Hapa kwa shamba kama ni shilingi 5 moja, akienda Nairobi atauza kwa bei ya haraka shilingi 15.
TechnoServe wakati walikuja, tuliwekwa pamoja, tukawa tunasomeshwa mambo ya maembe. Sasa hao wanakuja hapa kwa hiyo kikundi wanatusomesha na halafu hiyo merry go round inaendelea tu. Kwa hivyo tukatunza maembe ikawa safi, na hao wakaenda wakaona watu wa Kate, ndipo wakuje direct wanunue maembe. Kwa hivyo katikati ya Kate na mkulima hakuna mtu katikati hapo.
TechnoServe walikuwa wameelewa farmers hawana knowledge, so the first thing waliwaletea masomo.
Food loss and food waste is a big challenge globally and also in Africa. Farmers lose about 15% of their incomes because of post-harvest losses. In the fruits and vegetables, we lose about 50% of whatever farmers grow never gets to be consumed. And that actually translates globally to about 1.3 billion metric tons of food wasted, which is enough and sufficient to feed about 1.6 billion people who go home hungry every night.
When we trained them on using the fruit fly traps, these farmers improved their crop because most of the crop was not being damaged. We introduced a harvesting tool. There was a harvesting rod that we were using to train these farmers on how to pick their fruits from the trees.
Exporters like Keita exporters walikuwa na picha mbaya sana ya like Embu County. Walikuwa wanasema maembe ya Embu County inakuanga na wadudu sana na wange kuja kununua maembe Embu County. Lakini saizi unawapata on the ground sababu farmers walipata knowledge ya maembe na wameanza kutunza na maembe imekuwa safi na wakaiondoa ile picha walikuwa nayo hapo mbeleni.
Tulikuwa tunapoteza maembe mingi sana. Kwa hivyo ndio tukafikiria vile tunaweza kujikakamua pamoja tuone kama tunaweza kuset pahali ya kutengeneza ya value addition. Na tukaanza kwa sababu hatukuwa na credit facility kila pahali tulikuwa tunaenda wanatuambia sisi ni self-help group, kwa hivyo hawezi wakatufadhili. Basi ndipo tukaona hiyo sio hoja na kila mmoja wetu akaanza kutoa ile alikuwa nayo. Na tulipokuwa tunaendelea, jamaa anaitwa Murage wa TechnoServe ndio akatuunganisha na University of Nairobi.
We were supported by the Rockefeller Foundation. They gave us the funding that enabled us now to reach to the farmers who need to utilize our research outputs. With that kind of funding, we were able to now take our research from the lab to the land.
Mimi kama Alex nikienda kusema kaunti UDA barabara haiwezi kusikia. Lakini ikiapproachwa na an association of Kenya Mango Traders, wataona hapo kuna nguvu na wanafanya vile wafanya biashara wanataka. TechnoServe wakifanya research zao wakakuja wakagundua wafanya biashara wa maembe wana shida. Wakatu advise tukaunda chama inaitwa Association of Kenya Mango Traders ambayo imetusukuma, imekuwa ikiprotect the members, imekuwa ikitafutia members markets.
We need to also build in solutions that will help us reduce losses, and that's why the Rockefeller Foundation has been thinking about the smart markets of the future that will look at embedding solar solutions for lighting and for cold storage solution and for agro-processing, and also looking at markets where even that waste from the mango or from the other organic waste is also getting used into the circular economy and reused for other purposes. So we have an opportunity to redesign the smart markets of the future to also contribute towards reducing post-harvest losses.
With all of us, 50 million Kenyans eating a mango, at least 9 to 15 pieces a month, that will enable us to reduce post-harvest losses very much so. Imagine this, if we produce 600,000 metric tons every year, and let's say each kilo brings around 3 pieces, that's around 1.8 billion pieces of mango. What does this mean? If we all ate 9 to 15 pieces per Kenyan, then at least we'll be reducing post-harvest losses in Kenya.
The Rockefeller Foundation exists for the well-being of humanity. And so at the end of the day, the question I have in my mind is, to what extent has the Rockefeller Foundation's investment in the mango value chain improved the livelihoods of the many people that we serve? And I must say that I'm proud of the many farmers that we have worked with, and we are very, very happy that we have been able to make an impact in the livelihoods of those that we serve.
Hii maembe imenisaidia sana. Njuu watoto wote wamesoma na wengine sasa mpaka sasa wako shule.